What's up, Savages? You know what today is? It is the day that I have decided to do predictions. So everyone hold on to your dicks. This is going to be a long, mystical journey, and I'm going to try to go as fast as humanly possible. And as I say that, I'm wasting time. Let's do this bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gani Sauce, brought to you by My Nutrition. I am Gani, and today, you know what I'm doing? Predictions, you sons of bitches. Yeah, that's right. By the way, for everyone who tweeted me saying teams who were supposed to be going through the open bracket, which clearly they're not, in case you didn't know, Niagara is based on pro points. Now, Erupt is out of the equation. I have no idea what other teams are possibly even attending because no one wanted to get back to me on Twitter. So with that said, Erupt's spot is going to be taking out, and everyone's going to move up one spot. So you are going to be seeing VVV actually be guaranteed in the pro bracket. And without further ado, let's begin this fantastical journey through depression, hopes and dreams crushed, egos tamed. Okay, Scott, shut the fuck up. All right, so if you guys want to get a piece of this pie, by the way, here's my name on challenge, and you can challenge me to this duel. So, as you see, Cole is going to be taking on Doesn't Matter. Now, the reason why they're taking on Doesn't Matter is because I have no idea who they're playing, but really, any team who comes out of the open, I think Cole's just going to kind of run through. Anyways, so call me cocky, call me having a lot of faith in them, but we're just going to go ahead and pencil that in as a 3-0. Moving down, Strictly Business versus FaZe Black. Now, this one's going to be a little bit interesting. I think, you know, Strictly Business is definitely a team who's going to be good. And on the flip side of things, you know, FaZe Black, have they relied on the Bison just a little bit? Yeah, I mean a smidge. But you know what, dude? With Anaheim on the line with $70,000, I understand. I would do the exact same thing. But being the fanboy I am, being, you know, the fan technically I am as well of just Call of Duty, I want to see this matchup happen, and that's going to be FaZe Black taking on Complexity. So I think this one's going to probably be a 3-1. I don't think it's going to get, you got to select the winner, Scott. Shit, fuck that one up, so don't mind me, just wasting your guys' precious time. I want to see this matchup more than just about anything throughout the entire weekend. The reason why I think this is such an important matchup, one, you know, FaZe Black was built to take down Complexity. A lot of teams who end up building for Complexity end up not being able to meet up with them until, you know, the semifinals or until the grand finals or the winners finals, right? So it's going to be interesting to see them kind of clash heads right away. So anyways, moving forward, Envy is taking on Justice. Justice, I doubt they'll take a game, but seeing since it's LAN, I'm going to go ahead and just say Envy drops at least one game, most likely the first domination, although I will say one thing, Envy looks very, very good. I watched them yesterday versus Optic. I casted it. I couldn't get into Game 5. I wanted to put a gun to my head, but not my temples right here, because all they would do is destroy your optical nerve. You would want to put it more like back here. Anyways, moving forward, we're not here to talk about suicide, but anyways, I learned that yesterday. It's a pretty cool fact, isn't it? So, Envy looked really good yesterday. They got 3-0'd by Complexity, though. They beat Curse Orange, and then they went the distance with Optic Gaming. So, I think they look very good. VVV versus FaZe Red. No upset here. FaZe Red, I think, are just a bunch of fucking beasts. I have a lot of eyes on this team. I think Theory's a perfect addition to the team, and I'm going to see what's going to happen from there. Now, I have Fuse coming out right here, and I'm not sure if they actually will or not, but just assuming they will, I don't think it matters. I think Optic Nation is just going to beat them. Now, real quick, before we get into the next matchup here, Optic Nation, right, is at a LAN with Optic Gaming. Now, with that said, these two teams I favor a lot going into this event because of the LAN factor. Now, so many people have been overlooking LANs until pre-COD Champs. We had the UGC LAN, and then Optic had their LAN. We had the LANs produced the winner, third place and fourth place, right? Like, it was very, very beneficial for everyone to kind of get involved in. So we are going to be seeing pre-tournament lanes become the staple. And not only that, it's great for viewership. It's amazing for viewership. Oh, yeah, and Envy land against TCM. So The top four teams at COD Champs all land before the event. Is it coming back? Yes. That's the fucking answer. Yes, lands are coming back. Anyway, let's continue. So, coming down here, Course. Oh, we have Course Orange here because I'm illiterate. Curse Orange versus Wild Gaming. I think this one, if there's a potential of an upset, maybe. But I think it's just going to go Game 5, and we're going to see Miyagi do Miyagi things, homie. Now, this right here, this matchup, TK versus Curse Black, is a very, very big one, man. This is a very, very humongous matchup. Now, TK's coming in with the 3rd seed. They're not playing with apathy. They're not doing well in the league match, but they are kicking dick in the 2Ks. They've won the past 3 with 3 different members, but they lost this weekend. So, how is TK going to do versus Curse Black? You know, I hate to do it. I really hate to do this, but I have to, like, I'm a TK affiliate, right? Like, I want them to succeed, but you're bringing Mad Cat over when you could have had Fizzerp and gotten 2nd place in points, and then you'd be looking at going up against Fuse, but instead you bring Mad Cat over from Europe to come here. Like, I question it the entire way. The entire fucking way. And seeing since they do have a fill-in with Mad Cat, I am going to advance Curse Black in this one, having the Red Baron make his name known here in professional Call of Duty. The Red Baron, of course, being Enable. Now, down here, OG versus Vex. It should have been OG versus Erupt, but Erupt has finals and they will not be able to attend. Optic Gaming is going to be one of my teams to look out for the entire weekend. Did I just fucking say that? Scott, are you serious right now? Yeah, I know. After watching Optic Gaming yesterday and casting a lot, what did I cast? 2 of their 3 matches. Sorry, my allergies are acting up, so I have to like rub my eyes and wipe my nose. I'm just a disgusting person. But after watching Optic yesterday, I can safely say that I will not put them outside of my top 3. Depending on how everything goes, I think they're probably going to finish in the top 2. I expect them in the grand finals here at Niagara. It's not being a fanboy. You guys obviously know that I am very critical on all teams, but from what I've seen, Optic Gaming looks like a bunch of fucking savages. So let's go ahead and continue. We're going to just jump right back in. Up, fat. Oh my god, what is happening? Whew. That was a little bit of a panic attack. It's okay, Scott. So, Curse Black versus Optic Gaming. I just said so. Oh, by the way, this right here, this round is guaranteed top 12. So now we're going to start to see what our top 12 is going to look like. So we have Complexity, FaZe Black, Envy, FaZe Red, OGN versus Curse Orange, Curse Black versus OG. These are fucking stacked matches here in round 2. I hope every single match in round 2 is going to be casted because holy shit, it's going to be insane. So, starting off at the bottom here, I think OG wins 3-1 versus Curse Black. I expect, I don't know which one Optic's actually going to lose. Optic might be one of the best. Well, they're definitely one of the best. But Optic's probably right now with this new team, probably a top 3 team in domination from what I've seen thus far. So with that said, going in there, I expect them to close in Game 4 and either lose a Blitz or a Search and Destroy. Now, Curse Black, they do have Mochilla, they do have Enable, Burns Off, and Tipsy. These guys are very, very good at Search and Destroy. They are very, very good, especially Mochilla. If it's Warhawk Search and Destroy in Game 2, then they are going to fucking beat Optic in that Game 2, but I still have Optic Gaming closing it out. Let's go ahead and jump up here. OGN versus Curse Orange. This one has like a chance to be like super exciting, like really, really, really exciting. But the thing is I don't know how Curse Orange is gonna do. I really don't. And on the same side, I don't know how OGN's gonna do. I should have waited to do this video until after the LAN, but you know, story-wise, you'd want to see Optic Nation taking on Optic Gaming, but something tells me, based on COD Champs, with all the fucking upsets, I think I got Curse Orange going. And I know it's crazy, and I know it doesn't make sense, but something about Mud Dog, Croaster, Attach, and Miyagi. Unless Attach and Miyagi just completely shit the bed, which I know Miyagi's not going to, especially if it goes down to Game 5. He's already land proven, he's tested, he's a complete savage. But Attach, all eyes on you, buddy. And as always, if you guys don't know, here it is. This is the roster at all times. Don't need to worry about it. He's right here in the 7th place. Okay, so in case you guys are not familiar with the rosters, here they all are. I know there's a bunch of team changes. It's crazy. Anyway, suck my balls. So, Curse Orange versus Optic Gaming will be in the semifinal matchup, but what's going to happen on the other side? Well, let's fucking take a look. So, FaZe Red versus Envy. Now, this is where my heart is, like, just divided. Because on one side, I have Envy. Envy are these fucking savages right now. They've lost like 3 search and destroys online. They're looking so good. Merc on land is actually happy. He can hit shots. He doesn't suck. But on the other side, FaZe Red consistently testing complexity at every single freaking tournament since the 3 have been put together of JCap Classic and replays. So which one am I gonna pick? Which one can I possibly pick here? I don't know. I think this one's going to just come down to, well, one, it's going to come down to the vetoes and who sucks and who doesn't, but I think, man, it's really, this is going to be the biggest matchup in round 2. The biggest matchup is Envy versus FaZe Red, because the winner of this, not only will they have a fuck ton of momentum, but on top of that, they are also going to be going up against Complexity. Everyone wants to get a shot at Complexity as soon as humanly possible. So this match should end up being Saturday night, depending on how the bracket goes. But if this match is Saturday night, or Saturday, and then Saturday night they play against Optic, you got to say you want to see Envy. You want to see a grand finals of the Call of Duty Championship redone. So I'm going to go ahead and advance the boys in blue. I think they close out in the search. If I to give an accurate depiction of everything, I am going to say Envy takes game 1, or no, I'm going to say FaZe Red takes game 1, Envy takes games 2 and 3, FaZe Red takes game 4, Envy closes in 5 with the search and destroy. Now, the matchup that everyone's anticipating to be a good one. Everyone's kind of freaking out about this one. It's the final one in round 2. This is the exact same setup as regionals, but the difference is money's on the line. So with that said, will Complexity lose to FaZe Black? You know, you'd be a fool to bet against Complexity. You really would. And I think the simple fact that we are seeing, you know, we saw so many Bisons be pulled out against Complexity online. We really have. And Complexity's definitely going to be gunning. They are going to be gunning straight for FaZe Black. They know. They're not going to overlook any team. They know FaZe Black has been built to try to stop Complexity. They know. They're not fucking stupid. So I have Complexity just 3-1ing, most likely losing the search and closing out all the respawns. Is there a chance that FaZe Black can win? Of course there's a chance, but tournament on the line, who do I got? Complexity. Now we're getting into the fucking shit. We're down to the top 6, boys. Hold on to your testicles. So, top 6. We're going to start up in the top half here. Complexity versus Envy. Now, Envy, the last time they met up here at Call of Duty Championship, did not take a single game versus Envy. Yeah, or they didn't take a single game versus Complexity. So, will they get revenge? I think Complexity still takes this 3-1. Especially if Envy can somehow manage to get Warhawk Search and Destroy, Complexity's fucked. They're completely fucked on that game type. Then they need to pray to God they get Warhawk Blitz. Like, this is the ideal setup here for Envy for vetoes, right? You want Freight Dom, you want Warhawk S&D, you want Warhawk Blitz. Merc gets the first cap on Warhawk Blitz every single game, no questions asked when he's attacking Genus. So that's the one, and then you would probably want Strike Zone. No, not Strike Zone Dom. I think you end up, no matter what, losing the last Dom, and then the final game type. You don't want Sovereign Search and Destroy. You got to get rid of that. I think And you don't want Freight. Complexity just annihilated them on Freight Search. I think... What does that leave? I think you may have to do Sovereign. You might have to do Sovereign, but I don't know. I think the matchups alone, I think it just favors Complexity. Envy's going to have to really come out on their high horse. If they can get Warhawk S&D and Warhawk Blitz, as long as they can come out and win one dom, they just have to win one dom and they're good to go. That's it. So, now let's flip down to the bottom half of the bracket here. This is my scene section called Gay Fish. Now, because of the Kanye picture yesterday. Now, Curse Orange versus Optic Gaming. Now, this is going to be a UMG Philly rematch-ish. Now, and when I say ish, it's really just Miyagi taking on the members of Optic, being Nadeshot and Scott. This is a completely different team. So what's going to happen here? Well, you guys already know that I have Optic Gaming basically in the grand finals. So I'm going to have Curse Orange win the Search and Destroy, and Optic's just going to fucking devour them. Devour them. Now, this says semifinals right here. And challenge bracket is always stupid, so that means we are going to be seeing this is going to be the winners bracket finals. Now, I was thinking about doing the losers bracket, but obviously, as you guys can tell by time, there's no chance it's going to happen, so I might do it tomorrow, I might not. But winners finals, what happens? Well, if you're an Optic Gaming fan, I think you gotta go for your strong suits here. You need Octane Dom, you need Warhawk Blitz, or Warhawk Search and Destroy. You might want to do Warhawk Blitz too. They beat Complexity at that at Call of Duty Championship. I think there's a potential of that. You want Sovereign Dom-ish. I mean, if you look at Call of Duty Championship, really, Optic Gaming just lost one side. You know, Embos kind of came up just a little bit short. They weren't winning their gun battles, and Complexity made them pay. So that 4, and then the last game, probably Sovereign Search and Destroy. That's probably the 5 best game types you can get versus Complexity if you are Optic Gaming. Now, will that happen? Absolutely not. Complexity is definitely going to take advantage of that. One of the main reasons why Complexity is such a dominant team is because Aches is one of the best with how the vetoes work. And it's one of the things as casters, we never know what they veto or anything like that. I wish there was like a board that popped up that said, you know, we don't want Octane Blitz, we get the fuck out of here. And we might actually see Octane Blitz, by the way. There's a chance. We've been seeing it a lot online, so who knows. But I will say this. I think the match is going to be very, very good. And as I pencil this in here, I think it's going to be a 3-2. Yeah, I think it's going to be a 3-2 with Complexity closing out in Game 5. We might, you know, to be honest, we might see Optic take Game 2 because everyone knows the Achilles heel of Complexity is always their Search and Destroy. Well, not always, but it is recently their Search and Destroy. I think this is how I see it unfolding in my head. Game 1 goes to Complexity. Game 2 goes to Optic. And then Game 3 does not go to Complexity. I have Optic Gaming winning Game 3. Complexity winning the Blitz because they did not drop a single Blitz at the Call of Duty Championship, so I doubt they will drop a Blitz, or a Domination, excuse me. They didn't drop a Domination at the Call of Duty Championship, so I don't expect them to lose one at all at Niagara. And then closing out in Game 5 because, as everyone knows, Crim just doesn't fucking lose Game 5. So, once again, here's going to be my winners bracket. So Cole is going to wait to see who they play in the finals, and I have a Complexity versus Optic Gaming grand finals as well, as long as Complexity, or as long as Optic Gaming can stay composed. So taking a look here one more time, Complexity taking on Optic Gaming winners finals, Cole versus Envy, Curse Orange versus OG, and I'm not going to do all these, but you guys get the point here. Before I end today's video, I have one thing to say. 1, get your fucking Savage shirts. 2, so I lied. I'm already off to a terrible start. I have got 2 things to say, and I said 1. So anyways, moving forward. 2, so yesterday we had the ability of casting league matches. We're going to be doing the exact same thing today. If you support myself or Maven We love each and every one of you. Come to mlg.tv/UGC. Watch us cast these matches. Tonight we have some good ones. We have TK, FaZe, Vex, and one other team in the mix there. So come in. We're closing the night with TK versus FaZe Red. It's going to be a good one. So everyone, yeah. As always, I love you, but I don't love you. Take it easy. Whew. Can't wait to go and get some fucking maple syrup this weekend.